Hi. For my final project of my English major, I I will try about the trips, travels, and places that I want to visit in some moment of my life. Um, to start, I consider myself as a person with a genuine interest in knowing cultures, people, places, and everything in place with the traveling. Something of the most interesting when you travel is learning about the way of life in other cultures and the process that form their customs and current conditions. Provided that I travel, I try to fill myself with knowledge about the local culture. The trips I made are in Mexico, but I want to go out to other countries soon. I feel a special attraction to Spain. Well, I feel a special attraction to Spain. I think that the communication with the Spanish people will be as easy as speak with a person from the north of Mexico. For example, a person from Monterrey. Some of my motives to travel to Spain are the really delicious food and the awesome musicians from there, like Joaquin Sabina, Drexler, and others. Mm, I want to go to Spain for the June 23, just in time for the San Juan festivals. I enjoy the festivities as much as the quiet places, and Spain has both. Dear streets with a lot of history, like the Gran Via, about a country where are luxury places. I don't care about luxuries, but I think that will be a good experience. I'm a big fan of the Gothic architecture, like the Sagrada Familia, a church in Barcelona. Uh, yeah, also I'm a big fan of the Gypsy and flamenco culture. Europe is not the only region that I want to travel to. For example, I want to travel to Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia in Latin America. I have some friends in those countries and they tell me things about their cultures. For example, Rio de Janeiro in Brazil is as fancy as Mazatlan, but with no banda music and either aguachiles and things like that, but with a lot of beer and food. Brazilian people are really nice and funny too. They're very energetic and have a strong sport culture. And they're people very fancy and kindly. You can make a very quickly friendship. I want to travel to Argentina too. In Argentina, I want to learn to ride horses as well as a gaucho and learn about the gaucho culture because they're as cool as charro in Mexico. Um, I want to visit Las Pampas. They are very famous because their grilled meat is delicious. I never taste meat in Argentina, but I used to go to eat in grilled buffet, and it's one of my favorite things in the life. Besides all that, the Argentines use expressions that sounds like regionalism from Chiapas. I mean, they use the word boss too, and I think that the evolution of the language is beautiful because even the distance you can find common points between the countries. And I want to drink mates too. So now I want to go to Colombia too because there's a beautiful place and one of my favorite writers is from Colombia, Gabo Marquez. Um, Colombia is a total adventure because the country have a lot of history and is boiled over war and revolution. Um, think that is a country really interesting and with too much things to learn about the culture. Even when in the last years organized crime and drugs makes damage in the society, um, Colombia still be a great place to trip and it's cheap too. My sister goes to Colombia 2 years ago and says that the prices as low as Chiapas cost in the most of the things and the money is very important when you want to travel. Colombians have great Colombians have great coffee and actually they make a great dessert called arequipe. This is a mix of milk candy with coffee. Well, in Colombia make a type of hats from black palm called Colombian hat, and I want one of them, because there looks really cool. It looks as cool as a Texan hat, but is more fresh and resistant to the weather and rough conditions. While I write this project, I noticed that most of the countries I want to know are Spanish speakers too, just like me. But I guess that is necessary travel to another country like USA or Canada to practice my English and discover another way to live. Actually, I want to know New York and go to the Canadian forest on vacation. Definitely go to visit other cultures, open your eyes to the world, and makes you more empathic and cosmopolitan. I think traveling and learning is a good way to give meaning to life, and it's fun also.